In the vibrant and bustling village of Ilupeju, there was a food vendor named Amira, who was the talk of the town. Her food store was always swarming with people, and her dishes were renowned for their exceptional taste and aroma. Amira was known to be a master cook, and her stall was the villagers' favorite dinner spot. Amira's key were legendary. Her secret recipe attracted villagers from all corners of Ilupeju. They came in droves, but it was not just the regular folks who adores her food. Married men in particular were captivated by her cooking, to the point that they began visiting her stall multiple times a day. The atmosphere around Amina's food stall was electric. The air was filled with mouth-watering scents of her dishes, drawing even the most reluctant of eaters. She had earned a reputation through her hard work and unrelenting passion for cooking. But beneath the surface of her seemingly perfect business lay a dark and mysterious secret. It wasn't long before a strange phenomenon began to unfold. Whenever a married man tasted Amina's food, he lost interest in his wife cooking at home. The more they ate Amina's food, the more they turned away from their wife's meal. This change was not just subtle, it was dramatic. Men began to openly criticize their wives' cooking, insisting that only Amira's food was worth eating. This shift in preference started to create tension in many households. Wives began to notice that their husbands were no longer interested in their cooking. Meals that were once cherished were now left untouched as husband flocked Amira's store. This issue grew to severe that men will even tell their wives, "Your food is not as good as Amira's. If you want me to eat at home, you need to cook like her." This situation in Ilupeju became increasingly tense. Women who had once been praised for their cooking now found themselves facing frustration and anger. Their husband's disinterest in home cooking meal began to affect the harmony in their homes. Arguments over food became frequent, and the joy of mealtime was replaced with bitterness and resentment. Seeing no other solution, the wives of Ilupeju decided to take action. They gathered in a village square. They debated various strategies to address the issue, from hiring spies to discovering Amira's secret ingredient. After much discussion, they concluded that their best option was to approach Amina directly and ask her to stop serving their husband. Armed with hope and desperation, the group of wives made their way to Amira's store. The line of customers waiting for their turn seemed endless, but they were determined to make their voices heard. As they approached Amina, their hearts raced with anticipation and fear. The wife spoke to Amina with sincerity. "Amina, your cooking is extraordinary, but it is causing serious problems in our homes. Our husbands have stopped eating our food and are now eating only from your stall. We kindly ask you to stop serving our husband so we can restore peace in our family." Amina's response was cold and dismissive. She looked at them with a mixture of surprise and annoyance. "Why should I stop serving my customer?" she retorted. "If your husband prefers my food, that is not my problem. You should learn to cook better if you want them to eat at home. I'm not going to turn away my customer because of your complaint." The wife left Amina's store feeling defeated and disheartened. They had hoped for a sympathetic response, but instead they were met with indifference. As they walked away, they felt a deep sense of frustration and helplessness. They didn't know what to do next, but they know something had to be done to save their marriages. Meanwhile, Amina's store continued to thrive. The line of men waiting for her food grew longer every day. The women watched in dismay as their husbands increasingly preferred Amina's meal over their own cooking. The situation reached a boiling point where a newly married woman named Suri found herself in a turmoil. Suri, who had been married for less than 6 months, was experiencing the same heartache. Her husband has begun to favor Amira's food, causing significant strife in their young marriage. Desperate and worried, Suri decided to seek help from her father, who lived in a neighboring village. Her father, who was known for his wisdom and magical ability, Suri hoped he could offer a solution. Suri arrived at her father's home, tears streaming down her face. "Father, my husband no longer eats my food. He only wants Amina's meal. It is causing so much trouble in our marriage. Please help me." Her father, a wise and powerful spiritualist, listened carefully to her story. He agreed to help her and set off for Ilupeju to confront Amina. As he approached Amina's store, he could sense that there was something more to her cooking than met the eye. He needed to uncover the truth. When Suri's father arrived at the bustling food store, he observed Amina closely. She was so confident, but there was an air of mystery surrounding her. Suri's father knew he had to act quickly. He approached Amina and requested to speak with her privately. Amina greeted him with her usual warm smile. "Welcome, Papa. You are just in time for a special treat. My food is the best in the village. Would you like to try some?" Suri's father, despite the tempting aroma, refused the offer. He had come with a purpose. "Amina, I need to ask you something important. Are you using any special ingredient in your cooking? Many people are saying strange things about your food." Amina smiled slightly. She tried to play it cool. "What are you talking about? I'm just a cook. My food is delicious because I put my heart into it. I don't know what people are saying." But Suri's father was not easily fooled. He performed a subtle incantation which created a tense atmosphere. The magical pressure made Amina uncomfortable and she began to sweat. Realizing she could not keep up the charade, Amina broke down. All right, Amina confessed, her voice trembling. "I'll tell you the truth. I've been using a magical potion in my cooking. It makes the food irresistible to men. They can't help but prefer it over their wives' meal." With her confession, Amina's eyes filled with tears. She continued to explain her tragic past. She had once been a lonely woman, mocked and rejected for her looks. In her desperation, she sought help from a powerful sorcerer who advised her to use a special potion in her cooking. This potion made men obsessed over her food, causing them to abandon their wives' cooking. The revelation shocked the villagers who had gathered around Amina's stall. Drawn by the commotion, they were furious and demanded that Amina be punished and declared that she must leave Ilupeju immediately. Amina, now engulfed in regret and fear, realized the gravity of her situation. Her own thriving business had become the source of her downfall. The villagers' rage was intense and they wanted her out of their community forever. With a heavy heart, Amina left Ilupeju, her head bowed in shame. She had been banished from the village she once enchanted with her cooking. The magical secret that had brought her success now led to her disgrace. The story of Amina served as a powerful lesson. It warned us to be conscious about what we consume and to question the true nature of things we encounter. As we conclude this tale, please like and subscribe to this channel. Remember, every action has consequence. This story of Amina reminds us to maintain integrity and patience even in the face of adversity. Please, if you have enjoyed this story, like, subscribe, and